Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday, and I hope you had a great weekend all together. Today here on the channel, I want to run down another college football team as we continue counting down the days to the beginning of the 2024 college football season. It's now less than 2 weeks away, with week 0 coming up 2 weeks from yesterday. And today's team preview is a team I mentioned, I believe it was Thursday in the video, and I was talking about the 16 teams that have a legitimate shot of winning the national championship according to CBS Sports, and how I agreed with 15 of them, but one I didn't. And honestly, really, truly, I had not even looked over their schedule. I just know that they're one of those teams that every year is supposed to be really good, and it never happens. So after I did that video, I said, you know what, let me go back and look at their schedule, and now I see why that the experts claim they might have a really good season. I still don't think they're going to be a threat for the national championship, but how good will they be? Let's find out. The team I'm talking about is Texas A&M, and I believe they were number 5 on that list I did on Thursday of the 16 teams that have a legitimate shot of winning the national championship. They open up the season on August 31st. That game time's been announced at 7:30. A non-conference game against Notre Dame. And then they play McNeese State on September the 7th. They play the Florida Gators on September the 14th. And then they step back out of conference on September 21st and play Bowling Green. Then they wrap up the month of September on the 28th against Arkansas. Then they open up the month of October on October the 5th against Missouri. And then they're off in week number 7, so 6 games and a bye week. Then they come back on October the 19th against Mississippi State. October 26th, they play LSU, and then they open up the month of November on the 2nd against South Carolina, and then they have their second bye week, and then they play their final non-conference game on the 16th of November against New Mexico State, and then they wrap up the regular season, final 2 games of the season, November 23rd against Auburn, and November 30th against Texas. So when I saw that schedule, I realized why the experts think they have a legitimate shot of winning the national championship, because they do not play Alabama, they do not play Oklahoma, and of course they don't play Georgia. They've been in the same conference forever, and I don't think they've played one time. So when you don't play Alabama, and you don't play Georgia, and you don't play Oklahoma, you're probably going to have a pretty good season. But I've got them going 9-3 overall, 6-2 in the SEC, 3-1 out of conference. They're going to lose to Notre Dame out of conference, and then in conference, I think they lose to LSU, and they wrap up the season by losing to Texas. So 9-3 is still probably top 15, but only 12 teams make the playoffs, and there's going to be so many other teams better than A&M that are going to go 11-1 or 10-2 that I don't think 9-3 is going to be quite good enough. But since they don't play Alabama, and they don't play Georgia, and they don't play Oklahoma, if they go worse than 9-3, I think it's going to be a letdown season. Even though I know it's Mike Elko's first year there, It's not his first year as a head coach. He's coming from Duke. He turned Duke around with a quickness, and A&M has way more talent than Duke has. Plus, he's brought in Colin Klein to become the new offensive coordinator. And, of course, Colin Klein used to be the quarterback of Kansas State and also used to be the offensive coordinator at Kansas State. So his offensive play caller has experience. And on defense, they've got co-defensive coordinators with Jordan Peterson and Holman Wiggins. And, of course, their quarterback is Connor Weigman. He was there last year, and he come out of the gate like a blaze of fire. And then he got hurt, and then he never really recovered. A&M never really recovered. So let's hope that Connor Weigman can stay healthy, and we'll see how good he can be and how good Texas A&M can be. But I've got them going 6-2 in the SEC with conference losses to LSU and Texas, 9-3 overall, kicking off the season with a non-conference game and losing it to Notre Dame. Any thoughts on this? Please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Mary had a chin tuck, an eyebrow lift, and a rhinoplasty recently. It's just a face she's going through. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.